What up, y'all? What it do? What it do? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Now, welcome back, y'all. Listen, we have to get into this episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. What's going on, Sean? How are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome, everybody. Give just a few minutes for the people to come in. If not, they could definitely watch the replay, but let me share this onto Twitter as well. Hey Faith, what's going on? How are you? What's up, Twin Flames? What it do? What it do? How are you? Can y'all hear me okay? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me. What's going on? I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, y'all. We finna get ready to get into it. Hold on one second. Okay. Just making sure I shared this where I needed to share it. And I did. All right. So please make sure you guys come on in and hit that like button, honey. We're gonna get into this episode. Girl, it was a lad. Hey, baby peaches. What's going on? I'm entertained by the ladies. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm definitely entertained by the ladies, but I got a lot of things I want to say. Hey, Kay Calloway, what's going on? How are you? So you guys, Porsha, I'm telling y'all, Porsha is annoying. Now we're gonna get to it through this live stream, but Porsha is annoying. Okay, like, maybe it's just me. Anybody listening thus far, are y'all Porsha fans? Are y'all Porsha fans, or y'all can take her or leave her? Let me know. Let me know. Can y'all take her or leave her, or are y'all Porsha fans? Cause honey, this girl here. All right. Ooh, okay. Ooh, Nasha W said leave her. Faye said she ain't no fan. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, we 5 minutes in, honey. Um, I gotta get to some other content today. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this review of the episode, honey. Um, let me get to my notes, because I got a lots of them. All right. So y'all know the last episode they wrapped up the trip and all of the things. So the show opens up with Kelly and Shamia sitting down with Cynthia to give Cynthia an update on what happened while they were in Nashville, child. They talked about, now Cynthia already had a conversation with Porsha, and she had a conversation with uh with Angela. And of course, Angela's stance is that Porsha should have never said nothing about sleeping with, or yeah, sleeping with Charles. You know what I'm saying? She was out of line for that. She was completely out of line for that. So she tells Cynthia. Now, what I found interesting is that Porsha tells Cynthia that she feel like Angela is out to get her. Girl, you can't. Now, if you gonna walk around here and tell all these jokes about somebody sleeping with somebody, you can't, when it's reciprocated or given back to you, you can't take a joke. You now all of a sudden you feeling a certain type of way about what Angela is saying, but you not feeling no type of way about what you saying. This is why I can't play with Porsha. Porsha is old new. Like, she just, girl, she was a flop. Her return was a flop. And y'all can't really make me feel no different until Porsha show up and show out in a different way. We thought you was gonna be Miss Goodia, but clearly that's not the case. Okay, clearly you are who you are, and you're giving what you're giving, and you're giving annoying. All right. So they sit down, they had these conversations, and then Shamia reads this message that Angela sent about, I'm guessing the because production was shady, baby. They fast forwarded through them messages. Well, Shamia reading the messages, but I guess, girl, based on what's going to happen later on in this episode, is it seems like Angela sent the message to Shamia about how she felt like Shamia would hold her friend accountable for saying that she would have slept with her husband. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get further into that in a little while. But anyway, Cynthia invites them because Cynthia's getting ready to have a Bailey Q. Okay, she getting ready to have her Bailey Q, and child, she didn't call a prophet over there. Now, listen, it's a lot of things that I can play with, but one thing I'm not going to do, I'm not going to sit up here and play patty cake with no prophet. Okay, I'm not finna. I'm sorry. It would have been a no for me. The prophet piece. It would have been a no for me. Because you're not finna and we'll get to why I feel like that in a minute. But I'm good. Nope, with the prophet. Nope, nope, nope. So Kelly is having a dog party for her dog, y'all. For her dog. Okay. For her dog. Yeah, that okay. I thought maybe it was just me, Twin Flames. I'm finna get ready to go there. But that's what she gave me. She didn't give me no prophet, girl. She gave me very much like you be on that psychic type of bull crap. And now you calling yourself a prophet. I don't you're not gonna play with me. Nope. IPV, I don't know if I spoke. But no, it's a no for me. No, 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 no. I thought it was just me with the whole profit thing, but clearly it's not. Okay, so Kelly comes out with a dog. You know what I'm saying? The producer asked her how much she spent on the little dog party. She said, well over $1,000. Porsha and Britt show up. You know, they the pretty much the only ones that show up, I guess, because they got dogs. Porsha then got Pilar dog, and Britt, she bring her dog. Now, Britt and Kelly had this conversation. Britt says that her mom is moving back or moving in the house with her. She put her house on the market. They are going to move her and all of that kind of stuff. And so, one thing that I noticed that Britt said in her confessional, she said that she lost her insurance company when her sisters was working for her, right? Her sister was working for her. She lost the company. That's when she met Michael, and Michael picked her up when she was down, girl. And so, you know, ever since the little Kenya situation happened, you know, she gotten kind of close to her sisters, but her sisters, sounds like her sisters got issues with each other and the issues with the mom. And now I know we'll get further into it in the episode, but that's just kind of what I got from that. Now, um, Kelly says that everything is good, you know, with everything going on. She said that she met up with Cynthia and Shamia and they talked. And Kelly tells Britt about Cynthia's belly cue and about the prophet coming and all kind of stuff like that. And to me, I mean, um, I'm really kind of ready to get to when they gonna fall out because I'm just interested in knowing when they gonna fall out. What's up, a grown woman? Don't try me. I'm really interested in when they go supposed to come fall out. Okay, I'm just saying. Now Porsha shows up to her old home, honey. Mm. Porsha shows up to her old home, where Diane and Lauren is there. Okay, and um Lauren asked about an update on the divorce. She says in that particular time that they had a court date coming up, and all of that. Now we see clearly Porsha was I mean, I don't know. It kind of seemed like they was abiding by the rules when it comes to the no filming in Simon's house because child, girl, honey, child. It was here where I realized, okay, we're gonna get a lot of Porsha filming in her old house, Miss Diane house, or the one she gave to Miss Diane's, whatever, however she did it. So then Lauren asked about the trip, and Porsha says that she's upset because she received a phone call from someone who told her that Dennis and Drew was filming together. Girl, anyway, we'll get a little bit further into it because it's starting to really piss me off how y'all want to play on our tops like we done. Um, she said that she had told Dennis like Dennis, this is you supposed to choose us. You supposed to choose us, choose me, and choose my daughter. You know, and she said that she had been told Dennis that she would have a problem if he was filming with anybody else and all this, all that, blah blah blah. Now Portia says that she doesn't remember things about while she's still having a conversation with her mom and them. She was talking about Angela. She called Angela a beast or something like that. She called Angela, talking about Angela came down saying why you say this about my husband. Like, listen, I'm gonna ask you the same questions. Don't play with me. Don't play with me, girl. You didn't want to answer the question about the question that everybody had about you stealing that woman's husband, because that's what you did. You stole that woman's husband, and you got an issue with everybody asking you about that particular situation. You don't want to answer the questions. Okay? You don't want to answer the questions. Now, I have said this time and time again, I don't believe Drew and Dennis is doing anything. And we're about to get into this conversation that she had with Dennis about this because, girl, you just doing a whole lot of playing and stuff. Okay. Porsha also talked about the fact that she felt like Angela kind of ruined her birthday by inviting Drew. When I say I don't really F with this person and I didn't invite this person and you invite this girl. Girl, your issue with Drew could be worked out, but you're choosing not to work it out because you want to continue to be stubborn. You want to continue to be annoying, girl. So, Shamia then goes to speak to her previous surrogate, which is Shadina. Y'all know also who is Candy surrogate as well. And they talk about Asha. Asha is going to be the new surrogate for Shamia and her husband. I thought that this was a good scene because you know she had really gone through a lot. Shadina has gone through a lot. If I'm remembering correctly, Shadina went through breast cancer, or some type of cancer. And you know, she looks good. She looks good. Shiloh Shiloh is the blessing from Shadina. And Shiloh, Shamia, she goes through a lot with Shiloh. I commend any parent who consistently, have to go through stuff like this, especially with, your baby, because I know you hold that baby close to you. So prayers out to Shamia and Shiloh. I'm praying that Shiloh gets better. I know that recently, I do follow Shamia, and recently I believe Shiloh um no, maybe that was on the show. No, Shiloh was sick. I think Shamia had to take Shiloh to the doctor and ended up finding out that it was like an ear infection or something like that. Maybe that was on the show. But I feel like recently she just had a situation too. And so just prayers out to her for dealing with, having to deal with that, because I know it could be a lot on the baby. But one thing I do know about that baby, I have seen that baby in action, and she does not act like she got things going on. And babies, they don't really understand, but prayers out to her. Okay, prayers out to her. All right, so let us keep going. So we get a scene from Angela and Charles is pretty much telling Angela, he's calling Angela out um about the fact that she invited Drew to Portia's party. He was like, how you gonna invite somebody else to somebody's party? Angela was like, well, you do it, and he was like, no, I wouldn't. I don't do stuff like that. And so, he pretty much is calling her out for that. Now, poor Angela says what happened in Nashville, and that Porsha had Britt talking for her. Okay, Charles said that Porsha could speak for herself, though. Okay, now he did say that. He did say that, but she goes into the fact that Porsha made it seem like Charles or she was easily effable to Charles, and she could take Charles and all of this kind of stuff. And Charles, I don't know. I don't know what type of vibe to kind of get from Charles, but it was almost like he was talking to Angela, like, girl, you kind of know what you already got. Like, if you choose to go back and forth with her about something like that, then that's on you. I don't know. That's kind of the vibe I got from him. What y'all get from him, to me, again, it was like, okay, if that's what you choose to do, then you sit over there and you do it. If you want to go back and forth with her about what I think you already have, then so be it. I want to say this about Angela, though. Let me say, let me tell y'all why I believe Angela is a good housewife. Okay. I believe Angela is a good housewife because not only can she dish it, but she could absolutely take it. And I also feel like, too, for this to be her first season and for her um to now come, well, for all this stuff to allegedly come out by side babies and Charles and all of this, and her having to deal with things in her marriage, I think the fact that she can take it is it makes her a good housewife. It makes her a phenomenal housewife, if you ask me, because some of these girls, they can't take it. They can give it, but they cannot take it. And I feel like Angela can do both. Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I know everybody is not really feeling Angela. But for me, that's why I feel like she makes a good housewife. And she's actually married. So, I mean, again, it makes a good housewife. For you to come in on your first season and for everybody want to attack your marriage, and for people to want to throw shots and slugs and pretend like they playing and, oh, I'm just playing, it was just a joke. No, you mean something by that. So again, y'all let me know what y'all feel about Angela, because I feel like that's what makes her a good housewife. And plus she can come to reads. Okay. So moving on. Angela again tells Charles about the Porsha effing situation. Charles really, again, that's the vibe I get from Charles. Charles just seemed a little bit different. Now we get a scene from Porsha, and she is filming at her old home. Hey, Bama girl in April. She is filming at her old home, honey. And so Dennis comes over. Now, mind you, this is after she already has a conversation with Miss Diane and Lauren about Dennis and what Dennis is doing. In my opinion, even on camera, Porsha is not as angry with Dennis as she should be with Dennis, considering that you're supposedly pissed off and angry with Drew Sidora. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just find that weird. Anyway, so Dennis comes over and we find out that Porsha is hiring someone to help take care of Pilar. Now, the person will be living with her. I can't remember what her name was, but the lady will be living with Porsha. Okay, she is from Africa, and Porsha, got her to help with Pilar. Okay, Porsha done got a cake and all kind of welcome home balloons and all kind of stuff like that. Child. Anyway, the lady show up. Dennis asked the lady, what she likes to do when she probably is not working and all of that stuff. Now, listen. Now, this is what tells me again that when they filmed this scene, they could not be filming inside my house. Because if you notice, why would you put the welcome home and all of that kind of stuff at your old house and then say y'all gonna go to the new house? You would have started at the new house if you could film at the new house. You could film if you could film at Simon House, you would be filming at Simon House. Y'all, Porsha, I think really flipped the bag. I really think Bravo, they kept Porsha because they thought Porsha was gonna be like that girl to lead in. But Porsha's story is not story. And I just feel like at this moment, you grasping for stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So Porsha and Dennis have a conversation, child, about their friendship. And Porsha brings up the fact that Dennis was filming with Drew, and producer asked Dennis why didn't he tell Porsha that he would be filming with Drew. So Dennis says, "Oh, it was just a session, and cameras just happened to be there." Now production played a flashback, and Dennis production gonna always catch you in a lie. Dennis says that Drew is no longer signed to him anymore. And Porsha says that Drew and Dennis need to take accountability for their relationship. Porsha, girl, that is rich coming from you. How in the hell do you now? All these girls are asking you questions about what you're dealing with and about Simon and about what you're going through, and you got the nerve to tell Dennis and Drew that they need to take accountability for whatever their relationship is. What are you talking about, mama? That is so rich coming from Porsha. I was like, girl, now, girl, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Come on, let's be smart about this thing, girl. Hey, sweet essence. No, let's be smart about this thing, girl. Now, Porsha, girl, I cannot with Porsha. I can't. I can't. I was like, I literally put that in my notes. I said, "Oh, that's rich coming from Porsha." Anyway, um, Porsha then says that Dennis said that Drew tried to sleep with him. Now, I don't like that, Porsha. I don't like that, and I do think you purposely misconstrued that text message. Whatever the context of that text message was, production, y'all wrong for cutting that. Because my thing is, what we not gonna do is we're not gonna sit up here and paint this narrative as Drew being a hoe every season and Drew just sleeping with people every season. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Just like I didn't like the whole dick sucking comment. I don't like that stuff. Stop doing that. Cause see, Porsha would be mad and she'd be telling everybody to go to hell at the table had the roles been reversed and people do that to her. Everybody that's in your presence, we supposed to expect for you to be screwing. Porsha, girl, get it together. Y'all. Oh, girl. I thought I had deleted my own notes, y'all. But anyway, girl, I had to say that. So, um, and I really put in my notes that Porsha sounds silly. Porsha sounds extremely silly. Moving on. We get a scene from Brittany, and Brittany is packing with her mom. Now, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I kind of skip past this scene because here's my thing with Britt. Britt meets with, she's there. They packing up the mom's house and stuff like that. She's trying to fix her relationship with her mom and her sister's relationship with each other and her sister's relationship with the mom and all of this kind of stuff. The dad passed away and the mom is kind of keeping and hoarding the things from the dad. from the dad passing away. I'm not interested in Britt. I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000. Wow. I'm really not. I'm really not. I got the gist of what that conversation was going to be about. Okay. Um, we get a scene from Cynthia, and um, Cynthia is doing the Bailey Q, and it is to celebrate Juneteenth, child. It is celebrate Juneteenth. It's raining and thundering, child, and all of the things. So the prophet comes in. Again, y'all, I didn't see this as a prophet. I saw this more of a sidekick. I don't know if you don't want to say that because maybe it's against your religion. I don't know. But I I don't know. Something about that prophet word and you doing what you're doing loosely. It just didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me. And girl, I don't know. The whole time she was talking to them, it just didn't give me like, oh, not even from the ladies. The ladies didn't even give me like, oh, dang. The only person that did that was Britt. And girl, I just think, girl, whatever. But the other ladies, they wasn't wild about nothing that lady said. So that's why I don't think that was real. I think that that person was more like a sidekick. Girl, you're not a prophet. Okay. Anywho, she calls herself talking to everybody and stuff like that. Child. Now, one thing I did catch that Britt said she taking a break from her business. I don't know why the fake prophet was there. I don't know. That was weird to me. Cynthia, good try though. Side note, Kelly's publicist is foreign. Okay, her publicist is foreign. So everybody shows up. Production, editing. Y'all's editing was a little sloppy in this episode because y'all don't. I don't think y'all realize this, but Porsha got up 3 times from that same spot she had been in. And I also know what y'all did was y'all mixed in because I actually seen the behind the scenes of this, and it looks like Sierra from Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know I don't like her, but y'all know she was down there cooking that ghetto eats food down to the Bailey Q or whatever. Anywho, it looked like it was some other caterers there, but I saw Cynthia taking a picture with her. And if y'all paid attention to the edit here, the edit is if y'all pay close attention. So it first started with just the ladies who are on the show. Then they brought in everybody else. Then they went back to the ladies on the show. Then Porsha got up and moved 3 times. One time she was over there next to Lauren. And then she hopped up, and next time, she was over there next to Shamia. Production, y'all fix that because I don't know if y'all knew y'all messed it up. But I actually peeped that when they released that sneak peek. Oh, Chef, are you still working on your product? Absolutely, absolutely. We're doing some revamping, some stuff. I got a show I'm getting ready to work on and all that stuff. So yeah, I am. Okay, so again, production fixed that. Now, Drew shows up late. I really think I think this is also a production stunt too. I told y'all that I feel like they have Drew late to everything for a reason. I don't know what the reason is. I think it's a production stunt. But why every group event, Drew is late? I think that is done on purpose. I think Drew probably do be late sometime, but I do think they over exaggerate. I mean, she been late to everything this season. And I know that she was saying that they share the same makeup artist or whatever or something like that. But nah, I really think production is making Drew look extremely late. Y'all know sometimes they have different call times, whatnot, or whatever. And I really think that they be lagging on with Drew. I do. I think they want Drew to look like she always late. And if y'all think I'm defending Drew, I probably am. Um. Okay. Let me respond to this message. Okay, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, I noticed that because Porsha was next to Angela, then got up and moved, but they didn't show why. Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but when Porsha came in, you could tell the prophet lady had been talking. And when Porsha came in, Porsha said under her breath, now she was still mic'd, of course, but Porsha says that she didn't like Angela's energy, so she wanted to move. You can hear her say, "Oh, I gotta move away from this energy." Something like that. She said to that effect. But she definitely said something, and I heard her say it. And that's how I knew. I was like, oh, so she moved. And that's why Pete Production caught her moving 3 times. And I'm like, production, get it together. If it wasn't 3 times, it was definitely 2 times. And I noticed that, and I didn't see that. I mean, I peeped it. I peeped how they did that. I feel like they trying their best to help Porsha. Could be, could be. Porsha is a big kid. Porsha is a big kid, and I'm gonna get to it in just a minute. Now, Drew shows up, and Drew said the prophet tells Drew that she'll talk to her privately. Kelly says that Drew is an actress girl, so got to be careful with her. So they throwing their shade at Drew and stuff like that. Porsha says in her confessional that Drew should just take the reading in front of everybody instead of, and that's kind of what gave me. I know she was saying read like, oh my god, girl, you could just got read, but again, that lady wasn't a prophet. Um, So Angela and Britt go back and forth. We know Britt got some miles on her mouth and all of that kind of stuff. Now they try to, of course, bring up the side baby, bring up the things. This is why I said to me, Angela is a good housewife because y'all are saying this. Bring the receipts, and then we'll talk about it from there. Hey, Brittany, and we'll talk about it from there. Otherwise, shut your pie hole. Okay. So Cynthia has changed the subject, honey. She don't want to talk about no side babies and stuff like that. Now everybody been talking about side babies, but then y'all want to get somewhere and y'all don't got, you ain't got no receipts, your girl. So anyway, they played Juneteenth games. Child, they production was shady to Porsha, honey. Now they played that Underground Railroad clip, but they also should have played the 265 days clip too. Nene said, where that bitch live at? 265 days is stupid. So Cynthia has Porsha and Angela go into a different room and they have a conversation, right? To me, Porsha didn't take any type of accountability whatsoever. Angela says she felt attacked by Porsha. Porsha, I've literally put this in my note. Porsha, no accountability Williams, Gubadia, because you still Gubadia at this current moment. Says that Angela should, so Angela's telling her how she felt about, what she said about Charles. And Porsha has the nerve to tell Angela, you should have been damn asleep. Girl, no, you shouldn't have been talking about me. And then when I call you out on it, you still can't take no accountability. But you sat in front of Dennis and had the nerve to tell Dennis that Dennis and Drew need to take accountability for whatever their relationship is. Porsha, girl, why do you ask things from people that you're not even willing to give to yourself? You're not even willing to do yourself. How do you know? And then give this backdoor apology talking about, well, girl, I felt like you should have been sleeping. I felt like if this did something to you, that wasn't my intent. Girl, the hug was fake. Everything was fake. Porsha, you fake, girl. All of that was bull crap. Just like your issue with Drew. It's bull crap. Porsha, you are a flop this season. You do get friend of. You do give. We don't need you in every episode. Because girl, you're giving very much annoyed. Um, so Angela then sits down with Shamia. Now Angela feels like Shamia, she could have clocked her friend about the sleeping with Charles comment and all that kind of stuff. And Shamia, of course, she brought up the text message or whatever. I feel like Angela had a good point. Just say something to your friend, because the type of loyalty that you have with your friend, girl, she's not reciprocating it. So yeah, you can't check your friend about this. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I'm a married woman, and I don't think it's right. It's it within your friend group, Shamia. So I do feel like what Porsha keep passing off as jokes, it ain't jokes. That ain't jokes, girl. You keep passing this off as if it's jokes, and it's not. It's not. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's not none of the things. And I just really feel like Porsha is showing a very childish and kiddish side of her. Anyway, that was like pretty much the episode. I again, y'all, Porsha has just become extremely annoying to me, because I feel like she can call out everything, but can't nobody call her out on anything. Can't nobody say anything to her, or she's gonna feel some type of way. No, Porsha, you give just as much. You should be able to take just as much as you give, and you don't, girl. Anywho, and anyway, I can't with Porsha. I cannot with Porsha. I just can't, girl. So y'all rate this episode. Let me know what you would rate this episode, what you give. Yeah, Porsha do want everybody to kiss her ass. And that's why I say Porsha coming back as them wanting her to be the anchor of the show. It fell flat. It fell flat. Kenya not been let go, or whatever Kenya's situation is. I feel like Kenya could have held this thing up. But this to me, Porsha, you just want these ladies to kiss your ass. And one thing about Angela ain't kissing your ass. Shamia may kiss it, but Angela ain't kissing your ass. And I like that about Angela. Angela not kissing your ass. And it don't sound like she coming to kiss Phaedra ass either. And I like that. No ass kissing over here, girl. None. All right, y'all. Again, let me know what you would rate this episode. If I had to rate this episode, I'd give it a 7.5. Now there were a lot of transitions in this episode. I think there were a lot of transitions in this episode. I'm here for that. Oh, I forgot. I failed to say this. Dennis and Porsha. Dennis showed up at Porsha's interviews, which girl, whatever. And again, now Porsha is giving girl, stop playing with people. Stop playing with people. I really think you think your fans and your people, the people who watch the show, is dumb. We're not dumb, girl. Yeah, the mortuary marches, they'll be marching up to Zion here soon. When she get on this show in a couple weeks, they're gonna be marching up to Zion. We are marching up to Zion. We are marching up to Zion. Ooh, we are marching. Oh yeah, it'll be something like that. Okay. Anyway, anyhow, y'all, please make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. We got a full week of content coming for Patreon, coming for members only, coming for the public view. So make sure you guys hit that like button, but make sure you hit that notification so you'll be notified anytime I go live. Also pay attention to your community wall. Anytime I go live or upload a video, which we working. Make sure you are notified. Okay. With that being said, I will talk to you guys later. I am actually getting ready to go film another recipe really quick, and we'll go from there. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.